Guys, welcome back to a special episode of Sakuga Studies, where I break down some of the best 2D hand-drawn animations ever. It's actually been 10 years since this animation dropped, and it made a big influence on me. The Megalyzer collab is a multi-animation project, often known as MAP. Kind of like a pass the music style animation. So you get this tremendous diversity of different animation styles. The backing track is by Edit. I've listened to this album a lot over the years. I love this album. This track in particular, If You Crump Stand Up, became like a very iconic staple of b-boy culture. You'll hear it a lot in dance battles and things of the sort. Have a listen to this with the music involved, and then we're gonna break down the animation. Here we go. Starting off strong. Yeah. Wow. That is cool. He just healed himself. Completely different. Whoa. That looks so amazing. This is completely different. She's like a beauty queen on a catwalk, like fashionista. Totally different vibe. That is cool. Yin yang. I love that. Just reverted back to an ordinary bird at a moment. Whoa. Yo, the perspective is crazy in some of these. Oh, I can't show that one. I'm gonna have to censor that one. That was cool. Here we go. What is going on? Oh, I love this one's style as well. For this one, I want to focus on the work of Jeremy Perez. This just blew my mind when I first saw it. It's about time that I break this one down frame by frame and we take a look under the hood. This is some of the best timing and spacing and posing. I've got it open in TV Paint here. We can see it once more. I love it. I mean, that's such a powerful thing when he flips upside down, and then when he drags that foot down, it's synced with the music so beautifully. So he's moving back here, and you can see this is frame by frame. You've got the light fluttering of this poncho, and that will be moving as he's going back, which provides a nice bit of secondary action, as you can see there. So he's done that frame by frame so that it has that depth retained in it. It's not just a static image that's moving back. Great pose as well. It's like street dance is all about confidence, right? It's about having that confidence in yourself. Yeah, I am the best, you know? So this is a great establishing pose. That detail shrinks away. Now we've also got the different color layers kind of moving up his face by the looks of it. We can see here clearly perspective, feet are larger than the hands and the hands are larger than the head. And we've got the leading lines of his body. And then on the beat, he brings those legs up, a little anticipation for the next move. So he's kind of stomping. Interesting artifacts here, like the soles of the feet. Okay, this is an interesting frame because when I was watching it, I didn't realize this frame was in the way that it is, but it's like his hips are really far back and his hands and feet are catching up and his head is catching up, right? So he's kind of shrinking back into this point in the frame. He's all there now in this frame, so it's very efficient. It's just two, nice and punchy, you know, not too many unnecessary frames in this part, but he will have those extra frames there for when the character is gliding but for here, he's got his proportions back, and he's got his fists clenched. That's interesting. Flipping those fists down for this next move. Oh, look at that. Surprising us by just coming right out at us. Literally from one frame to another, he just jumps right in our face. And that's very much like the street dance b-boy kind of behavior as well. Getting up in your face, you know, a lot of this playing with perspective, using the depth. Another great pose, you know. A lot of attitude in these poses. Interesting, look, he's slowed it down. There's a lot of contrast between fast and slow movements here. There's a big jump, but then that's followed by this slow, smooth, bringing his fists back and his head forwards. Oh yeah, just shifting his weight to this side. Nice, so it's not too symmetrical. You know, you don't want to go too symmetrical all the time unless that's something deliberate that you're trying to do. It's nicely off kilter a little bit. The b-boy style is, you know, they like their asymmetry. Okay, shifting his weight around. Look at this. Great. Okay, and now he's got his arms crossed. He means business. And he's moving back and forth. Okay, he's really close to the camera now. And look at this, it's like water. He's just flowing all over the place. And here we go, he's upside down. Great gesture to these poses here. Let me just play that part and see that part in loop. If we show this much, see? So you can see how it ties into the overall movement. He brings this character over to screen left. When he's just out of frame in screen left, he brings him back in, but this time he's upside down. And this, he slows the character down here. Nice bit of anticipation, and it's just gonna come in on beat when you have that big bassy, bwah, you know, that bit. Then he's gonna move. So he's silence and then, you know, incredible. Look at that. Okay, let's just go through it frame by frame. So first of all, I'm gonna scrub a little bit just to show how that looks overall. Wow, okay. So now you've seen it scrubbed. Let's step through. Let's continue stepping through frame by frame. This is a nice pose. Feet angled 90 degrees to give it that attitude. This isn't a ballerina we're talking about. This is a street dancer, okay? They've got the attitude here with the angles. And look, leading with the hips. Hips coming forward, leading. All right, great. Okay, little streak there, because from having the foot here to having the foot here, that's a big jump in space, right? When you have a big jump, often you'll have a streak or a multiple with that, just so the eyes can follow, can track the movement easier. So the feet are flipping down from up above him. So from upside down, he's gonna flip down like this. Look at the streak here. That heel is really reluctant to go, isn't it? Going like that, it's following in that motion, that curve, that arc. And then we've just got the heel, so he's moved down as well. He's flipping, but he's also forcing his body down out of frame. And then the next frame, he's up again. His head is up this time. And this is so fluid. I mean, look at this. He just takes on one shape. Okay, we can see even here, between here and here, we can see that he's now angling that way. So he's starting the twist as well. There's two movements going on. He's pushing his whole head up through the frame, his whole body, but he's got a second motion along with that, which is the twist, twisting around. And it's usually by combining multiple movements that builds up a complex movement, right? Which is more advanced from an animation point of view, but it's also often more visually pleasing. Okay, and now we're seeing the clothing wrap around to really sell that twisting motion. This is where you can see the design of the character is helping complement this movement. So this is the poncho. Think about the poncho, this is the arm, and this is where it's all going to start to melt into an abstract shape, which I love. Okay, we can still track that arm. That arm is twisting away from us, so we're seeing less of it. And everything by this point is getting really abstract and fluid, right? These lines have taken on a uniformity to them, right? Which is creating that barbershop spiral, right? And those cones are getting more concentrated and they're moving their way down. So this is now how we're seeing it as a spiral. And remember, he's got these colors. These are all starting to come on down. Wow, magnificent. They're following the same sequence by the looks of it of colors, which makes sense, right? Because that just sells the fact that they're moving down. They're getting more and more concentrated. Now, let's also, while we're here, I'm gonna move back, let's pay attention to the overall shape. You don't always want to get lost in the details. This is the overall shape here. Let's have a look. It's quite slim here, fattening up, and it's still kind of cone shaped like that. It's also arcing round like a whale breaching the water, right? Like that, it's coming round. So that's the kind of movement, the direction is going in for the body. You can see that. And then here's interesting, we've got a mass on top. Paying attention to the form here, we can see that these lines are indicating the form. If I were to not do that, it would look like this. You see how flat that looks? But then when you add that form consideration, curve it at the edges, and all of a sudden that starts to take on some three-dimensionality. Now they're moving really fast. I mean, we have this orange band here, and then on the next frame, it's all the way down here. So it's moving so fast that we can't really track it. Now look, we've got a mass coming up from the bottom here. The camera has followed this swirling mass up to where we now can see his head, and it's so elastic at this point. It is just a twisting knot of colors. Gets even more extreme, kind of tapers to a point of his head. Super elastic. It's bunching up here. A little bit of anticipation. Even when it's effects animation, we've still got those principles at play. And then look at that. You see how it bunches up there and then it just goes straight with this twist. It's amazing. Okay, there we go. Taper, really, really accentuated. You couldn't get much more extreme than this. And then when he comes back on the scene, he's back, right? But what we see, when we see that in full, it just makes sense. Our eyes put these effects animation and the character together, and it looks like he's doing all of that. You see that? Let me just show a little bit more. There he is. He just springs up again, and he's back. This is a great leap. So he's got his back turned to us. This is so nice, this pose. Natural pose. I know it's probably kind of a breakdown pose, but I love it. Great perspective, foreshortening, great silhouette as well. You can see both of the legs, they're not overlapping each other too much, which makes it a stronger silhouette. Look at that. That's great. And we've slowed right down here, you see. So this was a big fast movement here, and then he pops up. Once he reaches that excellent pose, we slow right down. We make sure that the audience has seen this pose, that they can feel this pose. If it goes by too fast and it's the main pose, audience might not pick up on it, right? But also it's using that contrast of fast versus slow. Subtly, you know, this is nicely in between so that it's slowed right down. And then we're speeding up again, and he's off, he's moving. And look at this, he folds in half, those hips are up here. It's like a quick snap movement before he goes into the next pose. And here's the next pose. That was literally just one frame ahead from that to that, you know? When we play it, it works so well. And it's to the beat, you know? But he makes sure to get in that snap first. If he went straight from this pose to that pose, it just wouldn't look as good. You gotta have some kind of snap in there before. You see? And then slows it down again. So you would do this pose, and then you do this pose, and then you in between it. Easing out to the biggest form of this, where he's got his chest puffed up. A lot of attitude in this. A dancer might puff out his chest, but physically in real life, he can only puff his chest out so much. In an animation, you can balloon the chest in a moment. This is really showing you what's possible. Oh my God. Did you see that? Okay, he's gotten to the biggest point, chest puffed out. What's he gonna do now? This whole ball just squishes down. What is going on here? So he's left his head behind for a moment, but it works when you play it. By this point, he's cutting in these magician type moves that's going on with the theme of the bands. The bands is like a visual motif for Jeremy, and he keeps that consistent in these things, but he reinvents them in interesting ways. Look at the hands here, going like this, opening up this thing, presenting the character's form in a lot of creative ways now. These protruding parts are adding three-dimensional form to this sphere. Let's play it one more time for you to see. There we go. Go and watch the Megalyzer 2 collab if you haven't already. Check out Jeremy Perez as well. He's worked on One Piece. I think he's worked on Gumball. Oh, and if you haven't already, I hope everyone's watched my latest short film, Immersion. That will be in the description, and I would very much appreciate if you checked it out. If you want to learn advanced animation, you should check out my online course called Mastering Motion that will take you beyond the 12 principles of animation into some very advanced techniques. So if you want to get good, that would be my recommendation. See you in the next video. Goodbye.